Welcome to Know Your Money, where we will explore our relationship with money and how the psychology of it impacts our financial decisions, as everyone thinks about money differently. In our podcast, we'll be presenting a variety of financial topics in an easy-to-understand way, which we hope will assist you with managing your money. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Know Your Money. How are you guys today?
Craig, I'm well. Bronwyn, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Bronwyn, looking good.
Thank
Warren, how are you?
I'm good, Craig, but am I looking good?
Don't know so much.
You always look good.
Bronwyn.
It was quite a pause.
Holy
the way he
smokes.
said
I know.
that.
And you're not on video yet, but that was disgusting the way you just looked at me.
Funny.
So today, perspective, you say, Bronwyn?
Following on from last week.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. I remember I was sitting with some clients the other day, and I said to them, like, if you have to think of glasses, okay, you can see. Some people can just see. Some people are short-sighted. Some people are far-sighted. Is that one? What's it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Long-sighted? I don't know.
Neither of them is wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you just need different things, a different set of glasses to be able to see different perspectives.
Yeah.
And when it comes to finances, I think, like, some people can see spenders and savers and be okay with it, but other people they've just got the spending glasses on and they don't know how to take them off. And other people just have the savings glasses on and they don't know how to take it off. And I think it's really important just to understand your perspective and possibly where it stems from. Like the example I got given the other day, also from a podcast, was this one lady's like from a Greek family. They're very loud, and like when it's loud, it feels good and it feels happy and that's how it's supposed to be. Whereas another child, when it was loud, it was screaming and it was shouting and it was fighting.
Yeah.
So when they hear someone get loud, they get scared.
Yeah.
When the other person hears someone get loud, they get happy. So it's figuring out what is your perspective and other people's perspective, I think, to help your marriage or your planning together.
Yeah.
Make sense?
100%. I'll give an example of Kirsten and me. So she came from a family that lived quite frugally because they were playing the long game, her parents. I was very fortunate, and, my father was a CEO of a decent company and, money. We weren't wealthy, but money was never an issue. We still had nice holidays. We went to private schools, all that stuff. So when it comes to money in our relationship with me and Kirsten, it's very funny because she gets her happiness by buying stuff. And because I've always had stuff, I get my happiness by not needing stuff.
And that's so to the point. Like, look at the generation before's perspective. Kirsten's parents were frugal. Your parents weren't necessarily, but now you're the frugal one and she's the other one.
Yeah.
So like their perspectives have even just changed.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
I think it's that idea of exploring different things in life. And for her, she's grown up the one way, so she wants to explore the other way. And you know what? It makes her feel good to buy dresses every month.
And for you too. You grew up the one way. You're trying to explore that.
And I look back at it and I'm like, why did they send me to private school? I mean, what a waste of money that was. And for them, it wasn't. My parents, it was very important for them, with my dad having come from absolutely nothing and my mom from a fairly low-income family, low to middle income. It was important that their kids had the best opportunities in life. And what's funny now is Kirsten is, for her, it's so important that our son goes to the best school he can. Whereas I go, Kirst, trust me, I'm the test pig. If he's going to be successful, he'll do it in his own way. He doesn't need to go to the most expensive school. He just needs to go to a good school. And
I think it's just unpacking your perspective, and it might change how you view your finances. What do you think,
But
Craig?
it can be a clash in the marriage.
Yes, for sure.
You got to come to some agreement and understand the other person's perspective and respect that. And that's the hard part, I think. That's where lots of marriages go through trauma around finances, and you've got to be on the same page.
100%, because it's not even about not having money that can cause a problem in a relationship. It's about how we both want to live our lives and spend our money.
Correct.
I want to be off grid and have solar and get a ball and, be self-sustaining. And Kirsten wants to buy dresses.
And travel the world.
And travel the world and go see her brother in England and all of that stuff. And we do butt heads a lot about it. And I'm trying to be better, but to be able to put her glasses on and go, okay, well, I don't understand why buying stuff makes you feel good, because it doesn't do that to me, because it does the opposite.
Yeah.
So how do I do that? Yeah.
I think there's two parts to that. So first of all, it would be unpacking your own perspective. So why do you have that perspective of it not feeling good?
So I think for me, it's like many things. We've talked about the fear of not having, but I think it's also, well, I've had the nice stuff already in my life, and it didn't make me any happier personally. Like I think I've told you guys, by the age of 23, I had a BMW, a brand new one in the UK, and it's like it didn't make me happier.
But I think that's a lesson that you've learned that Kirst maybe has not learned. So you've got to look at your own perspective and then try and see the other person's perspective and how they see things. So back to the loud family,
the Greek family and the not Greek family.
Yes. So, for example, when they have an argument, and I'm probably the Greek family in our relationship, like, come on and talk, and it seems like I'm attacking, but it's just how I would communicate.
Yeah.
So you've got to kind of understand your perspective and try and not do that, or understand the trigger that will happen. So if I shout like that, know that it might get Josh's back up, and then have to go like, I wasn't angry, or my kids, I wasn't angry with you, I was just talking really loudly.
This is how I talk, yeah.
So when it comes back to the money, like, it's not that I don't want you to spend, it's this is what it does for me, this is what it feels. And if you can maybe understand what the feelings are, it can help the marriage in a way.
It's important for
not
both
that your marriage
of
is
you
bad.
to be on the same page, because that's where lots of the trouble in marriages stem from, is finances.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think it's so. Yes, I think it's the same page, but it's
well, understanding the other person's
perspective, exactly, because you can't be on the same page as anyone.
Not for
ever.
everything.
Because
not for
you've got
everything.
But with
views.
anything, every single thing that has happened
I think
into your life.
But you can be on the same page. I think you can for certain things. You both want,
Because you have the same perspective.
Best. Yeah, you both
for
want
that thing.
You both want the best for something. For like our son, we both want him to be a gentleman. We both want him to have good manners.
But that's what, there you've got the same lenses on. You're both looking through the same glass.
Yeah.
What I'm saying with the same page thing is, I think when you've got different glasses on, like someone wrote this thing, like if I draw a 9, okay, and I'm sitting on this side and you sitting on that side.
Is this the 9-6?
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like a 6 to you, but it looks like a 9 to me. We can both agree that you see it as a 6 and I see it as a 9, and that is what it is.
Yeah.
Craig sitting on the side can see both our perspectives.
Yes.
So you've just got to shift yourself from sitting that way to sitting on the sideline and seeing both perspectives and working at it together. Because, a lot of how you visualize your life, if you live your life that way, will your marriage last? Not in a bad way, but I'm saying, like, if you won the lotto,
I think it's anybody's.
That was personal.
No, I didn't.
You were on the spot there for a minute.
I didn't mean it personally.
No,
I'm
I'm
saying,
joking.
like, if you go and win the lotto and you have this idea of how this life should be, like, for example, I had clients the other day and we have this questionnaire to ask, like, what goals are important to you? The husband ticked saving for retirement, doing all of these things. The wife ticked saving for a specific goal and going on holidays. On the husband ones, the holiday one wasn't even filled out. So you are seeing your lives that are together so differently.
No.
So when she wants to save for holidays and you don't, you're going to fight about it.
Of course you are, yeah.
So it's just putting both perspectives down and trying to...
And the only way to even be aware of somebody else's perspective is to talk to them as well.
Yep.
And financially, I think it's so, people are so busy these days. There's so much like instant entertainment on your phone. There's so much going on all the time. If you compare it to the grandparents' days, my grandparents' days, when none of that was available. And so they would just sit with each other for a while. You know, I remember just seeing my gram sitting at the table with my gran. She might have been knitting. Every now and then they'd say something to each other while he's smoking away and doing
But
whatever.
they never spoke about finances either. That's a theme throughout the ages.
Do you think that's Do you think people?
It was the man's role, basically.
But
and
why do you think people don't talk about that then?
because I think it does feel uncomfortable, and I think because you have different perspectives.
Do you think
So
that people
you
try
think-
it one time and then they realize
Absolutely.
they have very different goals and they're like, well, let's not rock this boat. Let's just keep going along, treading water.
Absolutely, but I do think like if you really do
must.
want to make it work,
Yeah.
that is something you've got to sit down and do and put that time aside. Remember we spoke about that one thing like where you have a date with your money?
Yes.
Grab that bottle of wine and just say like, what is your perspective? What is the 5 things you want to do in the next 5 years? His might be holidays, yours might be solar.
Yeah.
Okay, like how do we sit on the side and see both perspectives to achieve it together?
And how do you come to, because I hate the word compromise. She says it all the time. It's lost all meaning. It's lost all meaning.
There was such a good thing
I hate that word,
watched.
but how do you find one?
So it's not about compromise. Because compromise is you win, I lose, I win,
yeah.
you lose. Consensus. How do we both agree? How do we find consensus in that, yes, this is my life, your life, this is our life together. So it's not about finding the compromise, find the consensus. Like, yes, okay, I agree that we should go on a holiday every month. I agree we should get solar. Great, there's a consensus. I'm not giving up one thing for you, like my husband and I.
Bronwyn, I love that.
Good.
From the bottom of my heart.
Brilliant.
You might have just saved me a few arguments a year.
Yay, good
Thank
job.
you.
And it's so funny because I listened to that and there's a thing that Josh and I compromise over a lot.
Yeah.
So he is trying to build a tree house for our children.
Yes. Is it a tree house for him or for the kids?
Yeah, I
'Cause
don't know
it looks
yet.
like it's
I'll-
becoming a bar house.
I'll let you know.
Man house.
And I want to create my online courses.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
for clients and stuff. And what we've been doing is like, okay, you have this Saturday and I have that Saturday. So I'll give up my Saturday. I'll compromise my Saturday for you to have yours. And it was always compromising. We sat down and we had a conversation about it. And I said, like, what we need to do is come to a consensus. We've got to both agree that both of these things are important.
Yeah.
Josh wants to build the treehouse to give the kids memories and give them time. So he sees that as important. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't want to give that up. I want to build these online courses so I make money when I'm sleeping so that we can go on the holidays and live this life that we want to. I also want to do it. I'm also doing it for my family. I'm not just doing it for my career.
Yes.
So in his mind, he was seeing it, I think, as a career thing,
Not family.
as not a family thing.
100%.
So then we came to the consensus that both of us are trying to do something for the family,
Yeah.
not for ourselves. Because Josh going and build feeds that's his relaxing time. Like you love building.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so I saw it as he just wants to do that to have his time out and go and relax. And he saw me doing it like she just wants her time to go build her life.
Yeah.
But then we both realized what is the crux of it. Okay, it's both actually for our family. So now we have consensus and now
And that was
it feels
only
easier.
through having an honest conversation and
Yeah,
seeing each
that's
other's
great.
perspective. Yeah.
Perspective.
Yeah. Like I did that.
Love it. Thanks, guys.
That was brilliant, Bron. Thank you.
That was really
Insight,
good.
Warren.
And Warren.
Consensus. Yeah.
Perspective consensus is a new term, I
I
think.
love it. Yeah. Let's bring it through.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Cheers,
Bye.
guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed this podcast, would like to subscribe, please visit our website www.growthfp.co.za. The information we have provided in this podcast is our personal opinion. For more detailed information, please discuss your financial situation with a financial planner.